Good morning. My name is Cameron Holman. I'm a safety manager for the Clyde Companies. The Clyde Companies is the parent for the two main companies we work with, Sunroc Corporation and Sunroc Building Materials. Sunroc Corporation, we do a lot of construction work, excavation type work, working in the field. As a safety manager for the Clyde Companies, my main responsibilities are to be in the field and observe our employees that work in construction. I visit facilities and other locations looking for safety issues. Our relationship with ShieldSafety this past year or so has been the idea that in the field we do have first aid cases. We have individuals with common injuries and common first aid cases. And so we made an effort working with Shield to provide first aid kits and along with training to our supervisors, to our frontline supervisors on the job, that when we have first aid issues, we can provide the appropriate care. Obviously, with serious injuries, that requires a visit to a clinic and a doctor and advanced medical care. And as a company, we try to minimize those visits just as a way to control costs with workers' comp claims. So anything we can do as a company to prevent those visits to the clinic just by providing basic first aid has been a success for us. As I think about this past year or so, we've had at least a half dozen cases where employees have sprained ankles or had minor cuts or those types of things, where we have used products from ShieldSafety to help us avoid a visit to a clinic, which we would have normally been our first inclination would be to go to a clinic, seek medical treatment. Some of the benefits with the approach that we're taking with doing first aid on site is a benefit to us financially are the avoidance of the visit to the clinic. A visit to the clinic typically is several $100s in the cost for the clinic visit. That helps us avoid that. It also helps us as a company avoid making a workers' comp claim, which adds to the cost of insurance. I mean, some of that is not a direct cost, but over a year's period, that benefit does add up. That's one benefit from using the first aid approach. There's one incident in particular, just about a month ago over in the Lehigh area. It was on a Saturday morning, which typically clinic support isn't there. We had an employee who dropped a manhole lid on his foot. And initially you think a heavy steel manhole lid is going to cause a fairly serious crush injury, and as we looked at it, there were no serious cuts or contusions, but it did swell up. We were able to take some rapid cool and place that onto the wound and give the employee some pain medication. And by Monday morning, he came back to work. The swelling had gone down. He had rested the foot. He returned to work. In a normal case like that, they would go to a clinic, usually 1 or 2 days off. The employee misses some work, he misses some pay, and so a benefit to the company and to the employee was realized there. So, this is a real life case. So, the other amazing side effect of all of this is when we have the first aid supplies and we have the training with the supervisors, the employees take confidence that we know what we're doing, and they trust us that the first aid we're providing and to go home and rest it, which is exactly what a doctor would tell them to do. They trust us in that, and they follow along, and they get the benefit from that. That's kind of a side benefit. So, an important part of our working with ShieldSafety, not only did we purchase the supplies and the equipment, the first aid kits from ShieldSafety, but we felt it was important that our frontline supervisors, the people using the products, would understand how to use them. So ShieldSafety actually came to us in groups, in training sessions, and conducted a 3 to 4 hour first aid training for those supervisors. Number one, on how to use the products, which some of these products were new to us, but also how to provide basic first aid training, which is an important element of that responsibility as a supervisor anyway. So not only has the product been good for us, but the training has been a great addition in how to use the product. So when there comes a time for a first aid case, that superintendent or that foreman feels confident in what to do. They don't have to call someone and ask, hey, I have this case, what do I do? I have the kit, but I don't know what to do with it. They're confident in what they have and how to use it. So that's been another benefit.